I was around 7 years old or so, I was abused by my biological mother.
Wow.
Abused by his own mother till the cops had arrived, put his siblings in the car and put that bitch in the drive.
What the fuck is happening?
Pretty much my entire school experience up until the point where I got TikTok famous, I was bullied relentlessly by my peers.
With the constant bullying, I never healed from all the pain. Crying, God, please make them stop. I never asked for this exchange.
And
All right, I mean, it's fire. I'm just like, I'm thrown off. I'm thrown off by this.
even most of my friend group at the time didn't really respect me. I was undesirable. To sum up this abuse by my biological mother, she would force us to work in order to eat. Eventually, she stopped feeding us altogether. She didn't have a job, so bills weren't getting paid. Shit was getting shut off because she didn't have a job. She would just sit on the game all day, playing video games and smoking cigarettes.
Sounds like me.
The way that we ended up surviving was eating frosting off of the freezer, off of the top of the freezer, and eating brownie
Like frosting, or is he talking about like condensation on the freezer?
mix that we found, and we would microwave it because we didn't know how to work a stove. True shit. The house was dirty as fuck. There was maggots, worms,
Jesus.
flies everywhere. It was disgusting. She never cleaned us. She never did any of that shit. And there's papers, documents proving this shit. The abuse would get physical. She would put her hands on me and my older brother frequently. She would lock me in the bathroom with trash in the bathtub, and she would turn on the AC so I would freeze. Eventually, my dad found out because we would tell him once he got partial custody of us, and he ended up calling CPS, and we were saved from that situation. But once my dad remarried to my mom, who I adore and love, we had to move. So I left all my friends in Lansing, Michigan, and moved to Ann Arbor, Michigan, where I knew nobody, and I was the new kid, and instantly a target for bullying. Just when it seemed like I was fitting in and I was just starting to make some friends, we had to move schools again. So this is 2 new schools in the course of 3 years, and I have to maintain new relationships and become the new kid once again. So this new school, I was not popular once again, and it lasted like this all the way up until high school. In 8th grade is when I attempted to kill myself.
I didn't know though, it was time to leave this earth. And
I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh. I'm not expecting it. It's like a jump scare. That's terrible. It's just like, why the music? Well, I think Acrello's opening up about his shit, like about his struggles, and then also plugging like his music, which seems to centralize around his struggles. I didn't mean to laugh. I actually think his music's pretty decent. I mean, honestly, it's just jarring. That's it.
I reconnect with family I haven't talked to since my birth. On the edge of the overpass and looking at the highway. A nigga about to jump, I think this shit was on a Friday. And suddenly I'm visioning my family thinking, why they? The thoughts of playing foursquare with my niggas in the driveway.
I had enough of the bullying, and I just wanted it to stop, and I just felt like nobody would care if I was gone. Started off with small things like cutting, and then I was gonna jump off the overpass, and the only thing that stopped me was the old lady walking that day who told me that I had a lot more to live for and not to do it, and really sat there and talked me out of jumping off of that bridge that day, that Friday. I thank that lady to this day.
Yeah, W for that.
When I went home, though, I was still depressed. I was still in that mindset. The thing that saved my life was writing music. And the only thing that had saved me previously was music, because when I wasn't seeing my father, the only way I could hear his voice, because my mom wouldn't let me talk to him on the phone, was listening to his raps, because he used to rap. That was the only way I could hear my father's voice. So music was something I did. I started writing music, and it helped me with my emotions to the point where I was getting all of my emotions and the way I was feeling through song, and it really helped me a lot.
Man, I fell in love with music cause it managed my stress. I got to write down my emotions when my life was a mess. Cause that shit be
I'm fucking dude, like I'm really honestly surprised. This is Acrello's like first release ever. And like his music's actually pretty decent, bro. Like it's actually pretty good. I mean, you know.
Feeling painful when you got it compressed. Man, sometimes I thought my heart would just explode in my chest. The feeling of happiness, the feeling of having hope, the feeling of writing music and turning to something dope. That feeling of confidence, that feeling of being woke, that feeling of just succeed so you know that you won't be broke. That feeling of constant joy, that feeling I wish I had. That feeling of writing music to calm me down.
I should reach out and see if I can use Acrello's songs for like my outro or something. You know what I mean? That'd be cool. That'd be like a nice, cool thing. I'd have a cool sound for the outro. I like this song in particular. Like get like 15 seconds of this outro while I'm doing like my Patreon thing. and then like, you know, fucking throw his link in my description for people to like check out his shit. You know what I'm saying?
When I'm mad, that feeling of gratitude, that feeling of being glad, that feeling of preservation when you're going through something bad.
I wasn't very good, but it really did help. You know, I was very depressed. And that depression lasted me up until when I started making content and I started blowing up, and all of a sudden I was everybody's friend. I got flack for being different and wanting something other than mediocrity. They'll post shit on their story like Jamal is lame and shit like that. It was bad. But depression, abuse, failed relationships.
You trust them and they trust you. You love them and they love you. Y'all FaceTiming every single night. They family showing love too. Y'all talking about what y'all gon' do in 20 years making soul food. Got a couple kids and you married too. Doing everything that you supposed to.
Everything that I've experienced in life and have been through, I share in my new upcoming album, The Minor. It's my debut album, and it's something that I actually started figuring out and working on writing when I was 17.
Go look it up on Spotify,
before I became an adult, and it's just basically touches on my entire life up until that point. And there's a lot of relatable shit in there, stuff that we go through every day, and it touches on a lot of stuff. And I know a lot of you guys have depression, and a lot of you guys feel suicidal. A lot of you guys feel like nobody would care if you died. Nobody would care. Well, I care. I care. You know what I'm saying? And I'm there for you. And I've experienced the same shit that you're going through. And it hurts. It feels like no one's there, and you're just trapped inside of a box and that you can't get out of. But nobody cares that you're trapped in that box. Only you. That's what it feels like. And that's something I discuss in the album. I discuss a lot of stuff. Of course, there's a couple of hype tracks in there and stuff like that, but it's a personal album. But I would really appreciate if you guys checked it out, because it's a story that's very close to me. It's a story that, and I'm not no J. Cole. I'm 20 years old. I'm young, but the album's not bad. And I actually think it's all right. And I would just love to see what you guys think and to check it out and just hear my story. You know, I want to connect with those who are who have been through the same shit. I want to connect with those people so that they know that it's all right too, and it'll be all right in the end. And to be able to connect with people who have went through the same shit will be a dream. So I really recommend you to check out the album. It's not just about the sad shit. There's some hype in there too, if you like that, and I just would really appreciate it. The link will probably be in my bio. And I'm telling you guys a story because I told it in the album, and I'm vulnerable, and I want to share my story with the world, how I came to be, and just let you guys know that you guys can accomplish anything that you guys set your mind to. I love all of you guys. Thank you guys for 7.5 million followers. I truly wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. You guys mean the world to me, man. And thank you. Like, thank you. When I was around,
I respect it, bro. Yeah, man. I just looked it up. It's on the Spotify, Acrello, right now. Yeah, good for him, man. It's just pretty good. That's good shit. You know, a lot of people on TikTok can't fucking translate it. I feel like, you know, it probably, I mean, everything was slow at first because, you know, the only time you like blow up huge is if you're fucking like Charlie D'Amelio big. But I feel like if he keeps that shit up, like he could definitely blow up. Good shit, brother. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And another special shout out to all my Patreon and Twitch subs. If you'd like to support this channel further than you already have by just watching the video alone, go down to the links below where you can sub on my Patreon, which will allow you to get your name on this beautiful black wall. Or you can go to the Twitch page and you can actually use a free Amazon Prime sub, if you have Amazon Prime, to subscribe. Thank you very much, guys. Take care.